Hey there everybody, welcome back. Today I need to sharpen my chainsaw here. It's a little Husqvarna 440 x-torq, little 50cc saw. Just figured that I'd take the opportunity to show you at least what I do. It's a Oregon chain, 20 gauge. It's a 18-inch bar. Like I said, 50cc saw. I'm using a 3/16 file and a depth gauge. So you want to check your rakers, that little lifter right in front of the cutting edge. You want to throw that on there, get it settled in, and if your rakers fall below, there's a hardness soft setting for the gauge, and I cut mostly oak up here, so I use the hard setting, but you just throw that raker gauge on there, and if that raker falls below that gauge, you're in pretty good shape. Our rakers are pretty good. I just hit those not too long ago. First thing that you want to do, you want to make sure that your chain is good and tight. You lift it, it's got just a little bit of play, which is good and tight. If not, you got your scrunch. You loosen the bolts over here and tighten her up. But first thing I do is I'm left-handed, so I start working in the gullet, and so you hear it kind of go both ways. I'm just sort of dragging back on the raker. It's really not taking anything off. But then my push, I'm taking material off on the bottom side of that tooth, and you want to get down in that underside. Right as I'm filing there, I'm not even touching that top plate. I'm down in what's called the gullet, and so you just work that back there a little bit. You want to make sure that your file is perpendicular, so that it's level to the ground and running right straight across the tooth. And on top of the tooth, there's a little mark that tells you about the angle that you want to work on. So you start working in that bottom there in that gullet, making sure to stay on that angle. And as you do it, you'll start to get more comfortable with it. But after you get that gullet down in there a little bit, you want to start to pull up a little bit and start to work that top plate some. Still staying on that same angle. And as you go, you'll start to develop a burr. It's just a real thin sliver of metal at the top edge of that tells you that tooth is good and sharp. Some people will switch hands when they go for that other side, but I'm standing right at the end of my bench, so I just walk around the end and I kind of work backwards. So get the gullet on this side, and then you lift up into that top plate and work that down until you start to develop that burr, and that'll end up having you a real nice sharp chain. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.